Hi, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Notes. I'm your host, Coach Stoliker. I've decided to make this final episode of the year to commemorate a major milestone in my life. On Saturday, I graduated from Lamar University with my master's degree in Educational Technology Leadership. Now, since there were hundreds of graduates at that ceremony, and none of us got a chance to speak about our experience or say thank you to those that deserve it, I decided to make this video to acknowledge a few people, speak what was on my heart, and encourage you guys for your futures. "20 years ago, I decided that I wanted to be a teacher. At the time, someone that I trusted told me, "You don't want to be a teacher, there's no money in that." Well, that bad advice left me without a goal or a plan after high school, and I kind of wandered aimlessly for 2 years before I found myself back on the path that would lead me to what I was called to do in this life. I worked really hard in college, and after graduation, I realized my dream of being a teacher, and later a coach. It's true, I don't make the most money, but I do get to come to work with people that I love every day for kids that need me and do a job that I know makes a difference. I wouldn't trade a day over the last 12 years for anything, and that includes the really bad days with the really bad classes. Early in my teaching career, a friend advised me to pursue a master's degree in education, and at the time, I had no desire to be a principal, and I couldn't fathom it. The same friend told me that 25-year-old Kevin might not want to be a principal, but 35-year-old Kevin might, and you're going to need that master's degree. Well, here we are, a few days after graduation for a program that I started just a few weeks after my 35th birthday. I still don't know if I want to be a principal, but I know that it's an option now. What I do know is that I love being a teacher, and I want to help other teachers embrace tech in the classroom as something other than a four-letter word. I'm a better educator today because of what I've learned on this path, but I didn't do it alone. So I'd like to take some time to thank the people who supported me along the way. I want to start with this amazing group of ladies that were in my cohort that have ridden this roller coaster with me and know better than most the time, energy, and effort that went into finishing. So to Molly, Jessica C., Jessica M., and Tara, I am grateful for the help and the friendships that we have forged along the way. I want to say thank you to Mr. Brown, my boss and mentor, for giving me my first opportunity as a teacher and then helping me better understand what it means to be a school leader and make tough decisions. I am so proud to be a Washington Bulldog, and I want to say thank you to everyone on campus, especially Ms. Dina Shaver for giving me that good advice 10 years ago, to Jason Milo for encouraging me and being there to answer my questions along the way, and to Ms. Christina Zentek for being a creative powerhouse who always pushes me to step up my game. For my other friends and extended family who have offered words of encouragement along the way, I thank you as well. I want to say a very special thank you to my mom for instilling the value of education in me. You are the spotlight that allowed me to shine and always guided me home. And to my dad, the human embodiment of the word selflessness, everything good about the man I am has your fingerprints on it. To my wife, Kathy, I thank you for being strong when I am weak and loving me in spite of my many flaws. You are my best friend and my partner, and I can't imagine sharing this life with anyone else. I could not have done this without you pushing me, helping me, and giving me the time and space to work when I needed it. Lastly, I'd like to dedicate this accomplishment to my kids, the 1,500 plus students that I've had the joy and privilege to teach in my career, and to the 2 special children at home that call me Dad, Madden and Caroline. I want you to know that I love you, and I want you to remember that even though life can be hard, if you work hard, you can accomplish great things. I believe education is important, not just because of the piece of paper that signifies that you've accomplished something. You see, no matter what field you choose, if you want to stay on top, you're always going to have to grow your knowledge and sharpen your skill set. For me, that meant a master's degree, but that won't necessarily be the path you choose to take, and that's okay. There are a multitude of pathways to financial success as an adult now, and many of those you can start in programs at the high school level. That's one of the many reasons that I am proud to teach and support career and technology education. You 8th graders may not know what you want to do with your lives yet, but whether your Northern Star is pointing you to law school or trade school, be determined to do it well. Don't get caught up in measuring your self-worth against the success of your peers. I've fallen into that trap before, and I've lost sight of who I am, trying to prove to myself and others that I was better than what they had me pegged for. I realize now that the only person that I have to worry about being better than was the me of yesterday. So I challenge all of you to strive for success on those personal terms. A few years ago, I fell in love with a quote from Vince Lombardi. When he took over as head coach for the Green Bay Packers, he told his players and his staff, "We will relentlessly pursue perfection." knowing that we will never obtain it, we will catch greatness along the way. I've adopted something similar as my mantra, and I use it to close every episode of Nerd Notes. For me, this last 18 months has been an exercise in taking my own advice. I know that this isn't the last step in becoming the person that I want to be, it's just the next step. I'm going to have to keep pushing myself every day, and if you're within reach of these comically short T-Rex arms, I'm going to keep pushing you too. So with that, I bid you farewell for the summer, and remind you to keep on chasing greatness, doing what you love. See you next time. Do you like videos like this? You can find me on YouTube at Hero City Edworks or follow me on Twitter at Hero City Kevin.